Good afternoon once again, everyone, and thanks for having me here. My name is Sunday Moses Ijo. I'm actually a web developer and also a data analyst. And over the course of the years, since the advent, or perhaps let me say, since the widespread adoption of AI, which is artificial intelligence, especially in the world of businesses, I've actually devoted a couple of time and a good amount of time researching, trying out different technologies around artificial intelligence. And my curiosity over the years has actually led me to build on an AI tool, which is more like a generative AI tool. I did that project sometime last year. And also, I'm currently working alongside my other team members developing an AI solution for businesses. For businesses. Sorry, am I still audible? Okay, thank you. So I've actually we're working on the technology around artificial intelligence and looking at a solution that can actually be incorporated by small scale businesses in terms of increasing efficiency, in terms of staying productive, and then generating personalized content, especially with the aim of improving their processes or streamlining their business process. So over the course of the years, whenever I have the opportunity to talk about this topic, the artificial intelligence and then its adoption, of course, in the business world, one of the things I like to mention is the fact that, yes, over the years, a lot of businesses have this concern around the adoption of AI or artificial intelligence in their business, right? So before I go into the definition, I just want to give this background overview as regarding what we'll be expecting from this discussion this afternoon, right? So a lot of businesses begin to jitter, like as regarding how do I incorporate or how do I adopt AI technology in my business. For some businesses, it has become a concern. Also for employees working in organizations, various organizations at various sectors, actually get concerned about the fact that AI or this new trend, this sweeping trend would actually push them or kick them out of their jobs. But that is not the case. Like I would always like to tell people, right? What AI is to us is more like an enhancer. AI technology is actually not entirely new. The AI technology has actually been ongoing for a very long time. And the funny thing is the fact that we have actually been interacting with these technologies before now, right? In one way or the other, we've actually been interacting with them because these AI technologies are actually infused in our devices. Like regardless of if you're using a mobile phone, whether you're using a laptop, a desktop, these technologies are actually infused into these technologies long before now, right? But the difference is the fact that from the year 2021, 2022 was the year where AI began to get a lot of prominence, and then the adoption rate became very enormous, with people trying to okay, see how they can jump on the train. And that was because of the breakthrough solution that OpenAI came up with. That is the ChatGPT AI solution, right? So the ChatGPT model is actually a large language model that actually generates content or speak or respond in the human language, right? So these systems can actually relate with you, can actually interact with you in real time, like as though you're talking to a human. That is the amount of intelligence that these models are actually built on. But not to be dismayed, there are different types of artificial intelligence, like I mentioned, that we've actually been interacting with these technologies a long time before now, right? There are different variations of these technologies, right? So we have those that are very intelligent. At this point, we are still at the middle phase, of the advancement of this technology. We are in the middle phase of the advancement of this technology. And the next phase is that point where this technology can actually think on their own and then provide solutions based on their own learning with little or no interference from a human agent, right? So that is the history. That is where we're coming from, and that is where we find ourselves today, right? The future is actually bright. And I would always tell this to business people whenever I have the opportunity to talk to them as regarding this topic, that the cost of not adopting this technology, I tell you, is going to be more weighing on you in the nearest future. That is for businesses who linger to adopt this technology. All right. So there's no better time for us to have this talk. There's no better time for us to have this discussion, but now, right? So in this webinar, we're actually looking at the AI advantage, and how we can actually use the AI to actually streamline our marketing activities. So to dive into our discussion today, I would like to start just like I already mentioned, that AI has actually seeped into our lives in a way that it is mostly impossible for us to imagine a world without it right now. I think at this time and age now, even small children, babies that are still coming up, already know that, okay, there's a tool or a system like AI. You hear them say stuff like AI, because you can actually use this AI technology in different use cases, right? You can use them to generate content. You can use them to actually, the most rampant one was the one they used to actually refine images, right? For photo enhancing, amongst others, for video creation. Right now, we have a lot of content creators who actually leverage on artificial intelligence to create their content, right? Those were activities that were seemingly painstaking to create in times before now, where we were still learning on this technology, where we have not fully adopted these technologies. But today, we have this actually interfering with us in every area of our life. So artificial intelligence, I actually had to put on this brief definition to help us understand, because I am assuming that I am talking to people who perhaps just have a basic understanding as regarding this technology, right? So I tried as much as I can to ensure that I make this presentation as simple and as concise as possible, right? So AI refers to machine designed to mimic human intelligence, right? That is what artificial intelligence in its real sense actually entails, right? So artificial intelligence, these are machines, these are models, these are systems that are built to actually mimic human intelligence. Yes, as of today, even science has actually proven that the human mind is the most powerful tool that there can be out there, right? So scientists, technologists over time started to think if they can actually make systems, right? These computers, high-end computers, actually think and then mimic the imagination or the intelligence of humans. So one of the most promising application of AI in nature is the natural language processing, the NLP. Like I mentioned, when I started, I said it was OpenAI's breakthrough. When I mention OpenAI, just know that I'm referring to ChatGPT, which is actually an aspect of the artificial intelligence model that we have today, right? There are a lot of them that are there. We have a large language model, which NLP is actually a subset of that system, right? We have recommendation systems that are built based on algorithms to actually predict and then recommend based on users' behaviors or humans' need. Right, so that is where we are at right now in this trend. Right now, so the NLP, which we are actually going to be focusing on, I believe that we're going to be having more of this section, and I'm actually working based on the timeline and as regarding the area of focus I was given to present during the course of this presentation or this discussion this afternoon, right? So we are going to be streamlining our discussion into just leveraging on how we can actually take advantage of this natural language processing models, which ChatGPT, for instance, falls under, right? And how we can actually leverage this thing to help us streamline our operations, to help us gain efficiency, and then to help us reduce costs, right? Because that is what effectiveness and efficiency in business actually entails, in summary, right? So now we're looking at artificial intelligence and then marketing. Artificial intelligence has been applied to various sectors of life. Anything that there is that you can think of today, just think of it. Artificial intelligence is already embedded in it in one way or the other. And I tell you guys that this trend is not stopping. It's not stopping at all, right? I think it was sometime last month. I actually saw a poll. It was on Twitter. I saw that poll, and then it was actually a modeling context for AI generated models, right? And that's the context was actually open sometime last 2 months down to last month. And the funny thing is that they had over 1,500 generated AI models. Now, what this entails is that just the same way as you have humans do beauty pageantry, right? Contestants come in and then contest, and then they get selected perhaps based on certain criteria: beauty, your look, your charisma, amongst others. It is the same way that today artificial intelligence is actually being embedded into the world of modeling, right? And then you need to see the mouth-watering offer that is associated to whoever emerges or the model that emerges as the winner or the best model. Now, part of the criteria that they used, which is part of the things that we will be covering during this section, is the fact that, okay, for those models that were generated, how were they generated? What machine was actually used to generate those models? And what kind of prompting was used to actually generate those content? So guys, you would agree with me that the trend is actually moving, and it's moving so fast, right? It's moving so fast. And I would like to believe that for every one of us in this section that has taken out time to join us or join this event, you have joined because you are interested in learning how you can actually leverage artificial intelligence in your business, right? So for the sake of this meeting, we're actually looking at artificial intelligence and then marketing. Based on the definition I offered here, we said artificial intelligence simply refers to the process of using AI technologies to market effectively and efficiently. To market effectively and efficiently. When we talk about marketing effectively and efficiently, it entails that you carry out your marketing activities in such a manner that you are cost effective. You don't spend so much throwing out money, leaving money on the table, trying to sell your product or reach your target audience, right? So before now, we can see platforms like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, right, and even Google have actually adopted this in their ad. If you're familiar with the Facebook ad system, you would notice that sometime last 2 months or thereabout, they actually rolled out this feature that allows you do a proper targeting based on your marketing goals and based on your marketing needs, right? This is something that would actually cost you a ton of money before now, because when you're running ads, you need to do a broad targeting. You target a group of people, and then you learn based on the performance of your ad. But as with this technology now, it has actually streamlined this process, and then you don't have to waste so much money running broad advertisement again. You can actually come and then go to the system, and then you help it to understand based on your need. This is what I want to achieve. This is the demographic I want to reach. By demographic, I mean the age grade, like their location, their lifestyle, their habits, their spending pattern online or over time. This machine can actually learn on these behaviors over time, because Meta collects your data that has been stored on their database over time, and then it has trained their system on this thing. Now, this is actually a game changer for anybody who is involved in the field. Sorry, excuse me. Who is involved in the field of sponsored advertisement to reach your target market. So, marketing effectively and efficiently using AI, artificial intelligence, has actually been easier now than ever before, right? So we are in the age of the Okay, sorry. I got muted. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so can you please confirm if you can hear me, and if you can see my screen? Can you hear me?
Please share your screen, then I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear you.
Please continue, I can hear you.
Thank you for your feedback. Thank you. Okay, so I just started sharing again. If you could please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, thank you.
I guess better.
Yes, thank you. Sorry about that breaking transmission. So at this point, I was actually mentioning some examples or some types of artificial intelligence model, right? So we mentioned the OpenAI ChatGPT model, which is actually a large language model, an NLP, natural language processing system built on a large language model. That is what ChatGPT is. And then what ChatGPT does is that it is able to actually generate text content in varied areas of topic. So just to do a poll, can you just tell me in the comments section if you have used the ChatGPT platform before now? If you're used, just type a yes on in the chat box. Just type a yes, and if you have not used it before, just type a no. I did a survey like this sometime in a presentation, and I discovered that in a hall of over 500 participants, just less than 40% of those guys had actually used that system, and that was sometime last year December, right? Okay. Oh wow. So we have some persons here who have actually not used this model, and if you're not using it, I tell you that you're actually missing out. Yes, my colleagues in the office will tell me that I am an ambassador for ChatGPT, but that is you wouldn't blame me. That is because these systems actually make life easier for you, right? They make life easier for you. So let's proceed, please. Another example is the Siri for those who use iOS, the iOS operating platform system. You must be familiar with Siri. We have the Alexa. All of these are actually voice AI. Then we have Netflix recommendation system. This is just, I had to streamline it to Netflix to help you understand. For those of us who are subscribers on Netflix, I don't know if you've noticed that over time you begin to get recommendations based on the kind of movies that you watch frequently, right? So we have this kind of recommendation systems on Netflix, which is a streaming platform, right? A video streaming platform. And then we have this also on e-commerce platform like the Amazon, right? And a lot of this e-commerce platform are beginning to adopt these systems in their platform. Now, what this does is that it helps recommend products. If you buy a particular product, it recommends. Let's say you want to shop for a laptop now on Amazon. If you click on a laptop, a particular model, you will see recommendations downline that shows you items that are actually related to the products that you have searched, right? All of these things are actually artificial intelligence systems or solutions, right? So we're actually looking at why AI matters in marketing, right? So why are we even interested in artificial intelligence in marketing in the first place, right? So based on a report published by McKinsey in the year 2018, this analysis was actually conducted long in 2018 before we all started hearing all of the buzz around AI, artificial intelligence, generative AI, amongst others. And then they found out that more than 400 advanced use cases. In more than 400 advanced use cases, marketing was found to be the sector where AI would contribute the greatest value. Marketing is found to be the sector where AI would contribute the greatest value. Now, what this entails is that based on a survey that they have conducted across different sectors, across different industry, marketing actually stands out as that sector that would actually leverage a lot of these AI solutions. On a daily basis, there are a lot of these models that are being released out into the market, right? And all of this is actually targeted at seeing how you can cut down on your marketing cost. If you are a business person amongst us today, you would agree with me that yes, marketing takes a large chunk of a lot of budget for most organizations. I don't know about you, but in our organization, for instance, like we spend a lot around on marketing, and that applies to a lot of businesses too, because marketing is like the lifeblood of every business, right? Marketing is like the lifeblood of every business, because how do you sell your product? How do you market your business if you don't have a system that brings in people on a daily, right? That brings in people at intervals to like, okay, come and see your business, right? Or to know about your business. If you're pushing towards creating awareness, increasing visibility, increasing sales, everything cuts down to the place of marketing. And we all know that marketing actually takes a lot of effort, right? A lot of organizations actually devote most of their time around their marketing department. So now, why using artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, like I said when I started this presentation, are like an enhancing system that actually comes to enable you, right? They're an enabler. I see them as my personal assistant, right? If I want to do anything, like I instruct them, I command them, or I help them to help me do the thinking, do the heavy lifting, while I channel in my effort into other areas, right? This also affects, or this can actually apply to any business or any of us in this room today, right? So also, according to a report published by Hotspot, companies using AI marketing sees at least a 44% increase in lead generation. Effective lead generation would actually translate into more sales. So some of the pointers that I mentioned here as regarding why AI matters, or the advantage of AI in marketing, is that it helps reduce costs, like I have mentioned before now. So if you, like the instance where I gave, that right now to make a sponsored ad on Meta, you can actually instruct this system to actually target the most likely consumer or customers that can actually buy or purchase or subscribe to your product. So what that does for us is it cuts down on cost for us. So instead of throwing in a lot of funds, throwing in a lot of money, trying to increase our marketing or get our marketing right, artificial intelligence models can actually help us to do that heavy lifting. So it also increases efficiency, right? It increases efficiency. It also enhances personalization. With AI now, we can actually personalize our marketing. You can actually find a way to like, okay, segment, right? For people who do email marketing, you would agree with me that it is a lot easier than it is before now to actually do our email marketing, for instance, now using personalized AI system, right? So another use case or another advantage of AI in your business is that it can actually help you improve customer insight, right? Because these models are actually built to learn based on previous activities. So it comes and then it learns the patterns of those users when they get on your system, how they interact with your product, how they interact with your platform, and then it can actually learn their behavior and then subsequently learn how to do a targeting or retargeting. Now, this can actually save you a ton of funds, a ton of money in terms of your marketing effort, right? So another use case, like I depicted here, is in the area of predictive analysis. Like I've already mentioned, most of these models can actually predict behavior, right, based on previous pattern or based on a previous use case or scenario, right? So these are some of the advantages that AI actually brings to your marketing goals or to your marketing game, regardless of the sector where you're operating. If you are in the real estate sector, if you're in the hospitality industry, if you are in the food or the agricultural industry, these AI systems can actually help you leverage on how to gain efficiency and then achieve more in terms of marketing. So we are progressing. So practical application of AI in marketing, right? We looked at personalized customer experience, like I've already mentioned previously, right? So right now we have AI virtual assistants that can actually you can actually tailor them to be on your system or be standby to respond to queries 247, right? So they come and then they learn and then they streamline these activities based on personalized experience. So Mr. A, it understands the way Mr. A relates to your product from the way Mr. B relates to your product, from the way Mr. C relates to your product. Now, what that does for you is that when you want to target Mr. A, when you have an offer and then you want to streamline it to just a segment, which is Mr. A, for instance, now, with the help of this system, you can actually say, okay, target just this particular group. These are the group I want to target. And then it helps you cut down on cost and then reduce time for you, time waste, of course. So we have chatbot and customer service system, like I was saying earlier, right? This chatbot can actually be deployed to your system, either your website. For businesses who don't have websites, you can actually deploy this AI system in your WhatsApp chat handle for a lot of businesses. I know SMEs owners who are joining us today. Some of you don't have a website yet, and you might be wondering, how can you now start leveraging this AI? Let's say, for instance, using chatbot, for instance. Now you can actually have that embedded in your WhatsApp platform, and we're currently working on a system, right, as an organization at BFG Global Consult, which is actually more like a chatbot virtual customer service agent that is actually standby to attend to your queries at every point in time. It helps you collect leads, it helps you in terms of retargeting, and it also helps you in times of say, for instance, you want to answer queries or offer support. Your customers have questions or they have query, they can actually always reach out to you, because we understand the fact that right now, given the short span attention of humans based on what statistics has, there's a lot of customers who come to you don't have the luxury of time to wait on you before they get a response, because they know there's always an option out there. There's always an option out there. So the businesses that would actually stand the test of time in this highly competitive scene are businesses who learn to leverage on this kind of advantage, and businesses who learn to build on good customer rapport over time. Because I'm going to get back to that. Artificial intelligence is beautiful, but there's a place of human touch in business. So there's a balance between that, right? So another use case is in the place of predictive analysis. A predictive analysis where the things I mentioned as regarding the Netflix recommendation system, the Amazon recommendation system. If you go to Jumia right now, I think Jumia also has that, right? So these are some of the predictive features that AI can actually bring on board for you, right? Another use case, which is one of the area where this was where we had a game-changing breakthrough, right? In terms of content creation, right? Content, you can actually write text content, copies, right? Ad copies, emails copies, just name it, right? You can actually create this system for marketing purpose using artificial intelligence in no time, right? You can come and then like prompt these systems and then they give you this result like in the speed of light. So these are some of the use cases of the application of AI in marketing. And like I mentioned, I have very limited time by now, I know. So this discussion would actually be streamlined to the area of content creation, right? The application or the applicability of artificial intelligence in terms of content creation and how it applies to your marketing need or your marketing goal, right? So for all our participants who would stay to the end of this presentation, I have an offer for you because this is actually getting interesting. So when we talk about content creation, today you can actually generate a large amount of text, right? We have books that have actually been written by AI systems today, right? We have email marketing campaigns that have actually been written by AI generating systems, right? So we have a lot of these marketing activities. Is it pictures you want to talk about? Is it videos? We have a lot of these AI use cases that are actually being leveraged on right now. But for you to actually achieve, for those of us who have actually interacted with this system, you would understand that yes, artificial intelligence is beautiful, right? It's more like, okay, the replicating human intelligence in computers or in machines, right? As beautiful as that sounds, trust me, this is still a machine. This is still a technology. And technology, like we all know, it's more like it operates on the basis of a garbage in, garbage out system, right? So it's more like it gives you results based on the input that you have given it, right? So a lot of us use these models and then we don't really understand how well to use these systems or how well we should use them. And what happens at the end of the day is that we end up not getting the best result, right? The best result. So in as much as this is a tool in our hands, as beautiful as it is, right? The businesses that would actually make the best out of this are businesses who learn how to communicate with these systems, right? And that brings us to the topic of prompt engineering, right? In the world of artificial intelligence, especially in the world of the generative artificial intelligence, right? Which is our focus for today, right? For you to get the best out of this system, you must learn to communicate with them effectively, right? So to get a good result, you must learn to give it a good request. You must learn to prompt it effectively. And that is what prompt engineering is. So by definition, prompt engineering is the process of designing and refining input, which are prompts, to effectively communicate with AI system, ensuring accurate, relevant, and useful output for specific task, right? So like I said, this is a way of just see it as a prompt engineering is just a way or a system of communicating with these systems, right? With a generative AI model, as the case may be. So we have crafting input. Another definition is that it entails crafting input to get the best responses from AI. So more like just throwing a chunk of text to AI, you can actually give it the best input, give it the right kind of input to get the best response. So well-crafted prompt actually leads to better AI output. Like I mentioned, the business would actually enjoy or take advantage of this are businesses or individuals who learn the art of prompt engineering, how to prompt these systems effectively. So we're progressing. We are progressing. So in okay, so I've mentioned a couple of examples as regarding some of these AI models, and like I said, we are streamlined to generative AI, the NLP model, and at this point we are looking at just the open AI the chat GPT technology, right? That is where we'll actually be applying most of our examples or our use cases today, right? So one of the key principles, we are looking at some of the key principles of prompt engineering, because for every field of endeavor that has actually existed or exist, there are certain rules and regulations that actually guides that field, right? So just see these principles as the rules and regulations that guide the world of interacting with these AI models with the goal of achieving the best possible result or the best possible output. So one of the principles we're looking at is the principle of clarity and specificity, right? So clarity and specificity, what this entails is that when you are communicating with these models, you must try as much as possible to speak in clear tones, or you prompt it, you give instructions in very clear tones. Now, one mistake a lot of us actually make when interacting with these systems is in the fact that we sometimes want these systems to guess our mind or probably read our mind, right? So you want it to do something for you, and then you don't give it enough clarity. You don't give it a lot of context, like, okay, this is what I want, right? You just go ahead and like, okay, give it a very generic prompt, and it gives you a generic response, right? At the end of the day, I actually converse with people because, like I said, I'm actually an advocate for this. And some people actually have the fear that artificial intelligence might actually take the place of your creativity, or it would erode the human intelligence, or it will make you dumb over time. And I disagree with this postulation in its totality. I disagree with it, because for you to actually use these systems effectively, there's a skill to it. You must engage your mind, right? Because you don't just come and then dump a prompt and then you expect a feedback, right? So for you to actually get the best result, you must think first. So artificial intelligence does not have any way, it does not in any way interfere with your creativity. It does not in any way affect your intelligence as a person, right? These things actually just come and then they lift up the heavy load on you, and then like, okay, just streamline your work. That is how I see it, right? That is how I see it. And if you have this kind of mindset towards this system, it would actually save you a whole lot. It will save you a whole lot, right? So when conversing with an AI model, like I said, you must ensure to adapt clarity and then speak in specific tones, right? So we have an example before us here. In a very short while, we're actually going to go straight into demonstrating this system. Okay, I just got a signal that my time is running out. But please, if you're getting value out of this section, please can you just drop a comment in the drop an emoji or a comment in the chat box. Please, if you're getting value out of this discussion this afternoon, please go ahead and drop. Yes. Drop an emoji, drop a chat this afternoon, because it is just about to get started. I kid you not, it's high time you start using this AI system, this AI model in your marketing game, because it is going to actually help you streamline a lot of it will cut down time wasting on your end. So I am going to be sharing my screen. Okay, my moderator. sorry. Okay, so I'm actually just trying to confirm so I don't overshoot than my allocated time, so that I would see this kind of opportunity also to come back and then discuss with you people again. So I'm going to stop sharing now to share my next screen, because I want us to have a practical feel and touch around how these systems actually work. Can you see my screen now, please? Okay.
Oh, no. We can't
Can you
see
see
it. I can't see it.
Okay, can you see the new window now? Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
so
visible.
like I said, okay, thank you. So we're going to go into a very brief demonstration to help you understand how to communicate with this system, speaking with clarity, ensure that you give it enough context, and then help it understand what it is that you're communicating and what you expect from it, right? So I'm going to drop this, and I know I am actually rushing at this point, but please bear with me. It's because of our time. We have another speaker coming up. So to actually use the OpenAI ChatGPT model, you'd actually have to go to your browser and then type out the OpenAI, right? You go to OpenAI, and then this one here is what you're actually opening. And okay. Once you go to OpenAI, click on the ChatGPT link, right? And then you create an account. You go ahead and you create an account. Click on Start Now. Is my window still visible? I am actually alternating between two different tabs. Is my window still visible? Okay. So I had already created an account with ChatGPT before now. So if you don't have an account, you'd actually need to create an account just by submitting your email address and then creating a password. You get a confirmation, you confirm, and then you're logged onto the system automatically, right? So this is the interface of the ChatGPT model, right? So we have different versions of this model. We have the 3.0, we have the 4, the ChatGPT 4, and then we have the ChatGPT 4.0, which is the most recent version. But for the sake of this section this afternoon, I am using just the GPT-3 model. I'm using the GPT-3 model, and it is more like the free and accessible version that is open to anyone. Because for you to use the other higher versions, you would need to subscribe to their system. You need to pay a certain amount of money to actually have access to that. So now, part of what I want us to look at is I'm actually going to see how we can apply all of these use cases in terms of the principles of prompt engineering. So let's say, for instance, now you're creating a marketing campaign, right? So you can come and then start interacting with this system and say, okay, create a marketing. This. Create a marketing for a campaign, a sale campaign I am running. So I am just going to give this generic prompt. This is a very generic prompt, right? This is not streamlined. This does not follow our principles of prompt engineering, right? This is very blank and open. So let's see what the system would give. right? So I asked it to create a marketing message for a sale campaign I am running. Now, I did not tell it what kind of messaging I want it to create. I did not tell it what kind of campaign I am running. I did not tell it what kind of businesses I'm actually running this campaign for, right? So you can see, yeah, based on the feedback we got here, it says to tailor the marketing message effectively, I will need a few more details. What is the product or service you are selling? What is the discount or official offer you are providing? Who is the target? Who is your target audience? What is the duration of the sale? Any specific call to action you want to include? And then any unique selling points or features you want to highlight. So for a marketing person or someone who is in the marketing niche, you would agree with me that for you to actually drive or tailor down an effective marketing campaign, you would need to provide answers to each of those questions and more, right? For you to get a tailored, streamlined messaging that is not too broad, that speaks to the heart of your target market or your target audience. Now, we did not give it any context as regarding the product or the service. We did not give any whatsoever, right? So, okay. So I think I am going to wrap up here. My time is up. But for what I'm going to do is I have actually there's a book I have, an ebook that actually guides you towards prompt engineering, right? A guideline that I have actually curated over time based on what have actually worked for me, based on what I've actually used, and based on industry best practices, right? I have this ebook, and I'm going to share with every one of you that is present in this section this afternoon. I'm going to share that ebook with you to guide you on how to converse or how to interact with this system. So I have been asked to stop my presentation at this point, and I want to thank you all once again for this opportunity. I believe when you have access to that book, it is going to actually help you understand what we were actually working towards. And I hope we all got value from this section, as I beg to take a leave at this point. Thank you all once again for listening, and it's a pleasure having you all on board. Thank you.